All right, we just walked into Los Angeles Union Station today. We are headed on Amtrak's longest train journey from LA all the way to Chicago on the Texas Eagle. All right, so we're just hanging out here in the Metropolitan Lounge for just a little bit, and then we're gonna be headed over to the train. They told us when we walked in that it's already here, which is like an hour early. So we get to board here in just a few minutes and then get ourselves settled in. As soon as we get on, we're gonna be taking off about 10 p.m. So it'll basically be bedtime when we get in. So we'll see what we'll film when we get on board. Otherwise, it'll be tomorrow. All right, it's time to board. We're in the elevator, headed down, and then we're gonna walk to the platform. All those with red cap already went over, so here we go.
First floor.
Okay, first fresh air break of the trip. We are in Tucson, Arizona, and it is, I think, like 8:30-ish in the morning, a little before that. But we just woke up because there was a time difference. We're in mountain time now. So yeah, gotta get used to that. We got one more hour, one more time change, probably overnight to Central Time and to the time that we'll be in Chicago. So that's not too bad. 2 time changes instead of 3, but here on the platform, I'm gonna get a couple of steps in real quick before we run over and get some breakfast.
about the train, keep one hand free so you can hold on to the seat backs for stability. Also, shoes must be worn when you move about the train. If you're enjoying any type of multimedia, folks, headphones are required. This is a family train, so please watch your content, watch your language. Please be mindful of those around you. Again, folks, headphones are required. We do have a cafe car in the middle of the train if you want to get something to eat or drink.
Okay, we're taking a little bit longer fresh air break here in El Paso. As you saw, we drove past the border wall there, and now we're just here on the platform getting some fresh air. Okay guys, I'm going to show it to you, daytime version, and then we'll make the beds up and show you what the nighttime version looks like. So you're going to start out with this is how you would ride during the day. So the seats are facing each other, just like all the other rooms. Seats in the Viewliner, or in the Superliner 2 are a little bit wider. They're actually 28 inches, so a little bit wider than in the Superliner 1. Here, you're going to find, at this seat, the push to call button for your attendant. So you push this and it rings a little bell, lights up a bell outside your door, kind of like you would on a plane, and your attendant knows which room has called them, and then they come and take care of anything that you need. And then here are your light switches for overhead, night light, or all the way off. Now this says music control, but this is actually to control the sound overhead. So any announcements that they make, you're going to control those here. We like it all the way off because we feel like the hallway one is loud enough that we can always hear it in here in the room. But if you feel like you need that turned up, then obviously you adjust it so that you can hear it. And then you also have a reading light on this side, which you can actually adjust up, down, or to the side a little bit, and just press on with that white button. And then you each have your window here that you can look out of. Right now we are riding through New Mexico, just left Albuquerque on our way to Gallup, and right here is the other side. So here's what there, you notice there wasn't an outlet on the other side, so there's only one in the room. That's the same thing with the Superliner 1 as well. So you only have this one. So we tend to bring a little cube with us where you can do 2 or 4 different USB items. And then this one here is going to adjust your temperature. Now, keep in mind that this isn't going to be a drastic change in temperature in your room. So when you make it cooler, like we have it as cold as it goes, it's not like it's going to be freezing. You're not going to turn into an ice block in your room. Same thing if you go warmer, it's not like, you know, you turned on the fireplace or something in your room. So just know it's going to make a little bit of a difference, not an enormous difference in your room. On the on the Superliner 2, and then you've got your night reading light here as well. So that's that. Over here is kind of your closet area. So you could hang some things right here, and then if you wanted to strap those things in to keep them from swaying as you're moving in the train, you could do that. Rob stores his big bag right here that we keep with us, with his electronics and all that fun stuff. And then there's also a little bit of storage right here between the seat and the closet area, and there's also storage in here. So there's lots of places to put things, I think. That's actually my toiletry bag I keep down there. You can actually keep more stuff down there if you want. There's also storage underneath the seats. You can see a black bag here, and then Rob's sneakers, and underneath here I keep my backpack. So we've got lots of storage in here. And as I mentioned before, you can also put something there, but you don't want to block these steps if you're storing something there, because it's actually going to impede the person that's above from coming down. We just do this during the day when nobody's using the top bunk. And then right here in the center, you've got this nice table. Pull that out. You could use that for working, reading, playing games, and also if you would like to have your meal in your room. So lots of really good space here in the room, and you do have quite a bit of privacy. If you look here, you'll see this curtain panel, and then you'll see this curtain panel. There's also actually a mirror here if you want to kind of get cleaned up a little bit before you leave the room. So you'll have here, and then this is actually a big window that goes out to the hallway. And it's secured by Velcro, so it's nice because it's not going to open up on you. Same thing with this one. This is actually the door, and it's going to open up. And now it has this flip lock here. Now note that on the Superliner 2, they do not have the hooks outside to do the locks. I have seen a couple people use duct tape just to keep the door from opening while they're gone, but they don't have the hooks that you see in the Superliner 1s to put a padlock to secure the door. So just keep that in mind, that there's not a way to secure it from the outside if you leave your room. And again, the Velcro secures this area here as well. So I'm going to make this up into the beds, and then I'm going to show it to you, and Rob's going to give you a tour, of course, as always, of his penthouse.
All right, so I'm going to go up and show you what it's like to get up in the upper bunk. All right, I'll take the camera from Allie and show you up here. So the thing about this upper bunk is it's a little bit narrower than the bottom bunk. The bottom bunk is 28 inches wide, and up here on the upper bunk it's 23 inches wide. So yeah, you actually have 5 inches less of headspace. And then the other thing about it is that it's 22 inches tall. So again, you can't really sit up because you're just going to hit your head. So you do have to get angled in the right way. Now, one other thing that I want to mention is between this and a bedroom, imagine this as like a loaf of bread, and in the roomette you're sleeping with this curve, so it actually eats into your space some, whereas on a bedroom you sleep this way. You sleep the opposite, perpendicular to this. So you're actually sleeping where the cutout is. You have all that room. It doesn't eat into your room. So but I think it's fine up here. As long as you can fit up here, you're good. One thing that you'll notice is there are no windows up here, unlike a Viewliner roomette, which has windows. So if you like it dark, you're gonna love it up here. If you want to see out, you're gonna probably wish you had a Viewliner. And then this air conditioning vent is angled right on you. So I love that because I like being cold. It is definitely cooler up here than on the lower bunk, and that is going right on you. And actually kind of your bunk blocks the airflow to the bottom level just a little bit. So you will definitely be warmer on the bottom bunk. And then over here you've got a couple of racks for towels. You have a hook here, which I'm hanging just a snack bag in. And then you have a big netting bag back here, but you can also put snacks in. And then you have a little pouch here for, I put my glasses and my phone in there at night. So I think this is a pretty good accommodation. It is, you know, pretty easy to sleep in, and the train just kind of rocks you to sleep at night. I really like it. And I know that Allie wouldn't like to sleep up here, so if one of you is claustrophobic, or you know, just maybe gets motion sick like that, you're not going to want to be up here. So kind of decide who's going to be up here. And then the other thing that you need to know is there are these hooks here. You do need to latch those in, and there's 2 of them. If you don't latch those in, there is enough space between the bed and the wall where you could roll right out of there on this one, because it's only 23 inches wide, so you could roll right out and probably hit the floor. So,
or end up on me.
Or end up on Allie, which she's not gonna like. So the other thing you have to figure out is how you're gonna get down. And so I'm gonna give the camera back to Allie and show you how that, because it's actually harder to get down than it is to get up. So if your head's going this way, you're just gonna go down feet first and then kind of back down. But it can be hard on your knees to get the steps right. So you just kind of scoop down to the end. You can stand there, and then I just go down. Hold on to this thing when you're going down, and then you're down. So no problem. Store some flip-flops down there for in the middle of the night if you need to get out and you won't wake the person up down here. You won't end up having to grab them. Always just grab this thing and you'll be fine. One last tip I wanted to show you is that there is no light up here. Like there's no, that's the room light, so you're not gonna have that on at night. So it's gonna look like that. So if you wanna have some light, one tip I've noticed is if you just pull this curtain to the door open just a little bit like that, that'll let in enough light that you can see on the upper level. And then when you go to bed, you just push it shut. If you wanted to use there is a night light, but if you wanted to use it, in order to turn it off when you were going to bed, you'd have to come down and basically crawl over the person on the bottom bunk to hit it. And it's right next to the attendant button, so that could cause all kinds of problems. I found it's just way easier just to open this a little bit, because at night the hallway light is going to be on. So if you just open this curtain just a fraction of an inch, you're going to have like your own basic built-in night light. All right, I'm going to show you the shower for this Superliner 2 car, and the shower is on the lower level of the sleeper car, and it is a pretty good shower. You do have a head that can come off there and hold hot and cold water, and pretty big shower. It's bigger than a cruise ship would be. They do provide towels down here and then a place to put them when you are done. Little hook there for your towels. So this is for the sleeper car passengers, and it's really great to use, because on a couple day overnight trip like this one on the Southwest Chief, you're gonna want that probably after the first day for sure. I did want to go show you also the bathrooms too, because on these cars there's two different kinds of Superliners. There's a Superliner 1 and a Superliner 2. Now, the Superliner 2 has smaller bathrooms than the Superliner 1. So, you really don't know which kind of car you're gonna get on the train. So you may have a 1, you may have a 2, you may have 2 1s, you may have 2 2s. So when you get on the train, find out if one of the cars is a Superliner 1, and that's going to have a bathroom upstairs that is angled and quite a bit bigger than any of the other bathrooms. So if that's what you have, find that out, and you know, if that's an issue for you, find that bathroom you're going to use it. Otherwise, the biggest bathroom is going to be back in coach, but that's a long way to go to the bathroom. So let's see what these Superliner 2 bathrooms are like, but I know they're going to be smaller from previous experience. Okay, I made it into the bathroom, and all 3 of these bathrooms are the same. Actually, there's one upstairs that is exactly like this as well. So it's pretty tight in here. There's a handle you can hold, and a changing table, but other than that, it's pretty much a closet. So smaller sink too. On the Superliner 1s, some of them have bigger sinks that are easier to manage, so yeah.
All right, it is sunny and bright here in Austin, Texas. Gotten off here for a little fresh air break, walking around. Still a little bit groggy, just woke up. That time change really gets you 2 hours, so check it out right here. So in the night, we went ahead and dropped off the people from the Sunset Limited. Now we're down to just 1 engine here, and our car is in the front instead of the back now. are stopped for another fresh air break here in Texas. We are in Temple, picking up quite a few people here. Our train is considerably smaller now, so everybody's getting crammed into all the little spaces. But we're just gonna get a little bit of fresh air here. It's a little bit colder than I was expecting, so I didn't put my jacket on. So I probably won't last as long as Rob.
Join us here at Temple. Welcome aboard Amtrak Train 22. They doing just a couple of reminders. No smoke aboard Amtrak Train 22. Smoking or vaping are not allowed on 2287. Next smoke break stop is Fort Worth. Fort Worth will be our next smoke break stop. Also, they don't must wear shoes at all times. Don't want to come out the train. Just remember the exterior doors and windows are closed at all times. That's up on Amtrak employer and emergency. Also, ladies and gentlemen, all your bathrooms are located in the middle of each car and down the stairs right through you boarding the train. And for those passengers who have small children, we ask you please keep them close to you, prevent them from running, jumping, or climbing. The train will occasionally side to side, forward to backwards, and it is easy never get hurt. Please monitor your children's whereabouts at all times. And the station stop welcome aboard Amtrak Train 20. Just for estimated time, they typically did leave Temple on time, so we still are on time. So, wondering what time we need a specific destination. Maybe some of the train is on time. Whatever time the destination was.
Just stopped here in Fort Worth Central Station, and they're fueling up our train right back there behind me, that yellow truck. And we're gonna walk around here. We have about 30 minutes because we're running on schedule, so that's really cool. I do see a train car over there. I'm gonna see if I can go into that because that looks cool, and see what else I can do for a few minutes. Get some steps. Rob's back there taking pictures. I don't know if you can spot him. And yeah, we'll try to get some steps here and see what else we can do around here. So while we're here getting some steps in, we notice the Heartland Flyer is down here, loading up here in Fort Worth and headed over to Oklahoma City with stops in Dallas in between. All right, so we just ran into one of our top attendants, Eric, and he's on this train here. And it actually turns out that I've lied to you. It is not the Heartland Flyer. It is actually the Texas Eagle, but it's going the other way. So they're headed to San Antonio while we are still headed over to Chicago.
For dinner tonight, we both got the braised beef, and that comes with mashed potatoes, carrots, and dinner roll and a salad. So I'm gonna try this out. Haven't had it before. Very soft today, very good. It's well cooked. Sometimes, you know, they can cook it different amounts of time and it can be over or undercooked, but this is perfect. Very good chefs on this train.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Here in a few minutes, we're at our next stop of Longview, Texas.
Make your way downstairs to D train. To exit here in St. Louis, please head towards the direction the train is traveling. Up the stairs, escalators. There's an elevator behind the stairs. Take that up. Head across that runway down into the station to exit. If you got checked baggage, you pick that up inside. Once you're inside St. Louis Gateway Station, make a right. there's a sign that says baggage. That's where you'll get yours. Those of you continuing on, you can step off here at St. Louis, stretch your legs, get a smoke break, breath of fresh air, all of that here on the St. Louis platform. If you are going to smoke, please do not stand in front of the doorways and listen when conductors and crew members yell all aboard. Welcome to St. Louis, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. For those of you who just joined us, before changing our schedules pass, Alton, Carmel, Springfield, Lincoln, Pontiac, Joliet, lastly Chicago. A couple of things to go over. Restrooms are located downstairs.
So woke up here in Seattle and we stopped for a little bit, but I didn't get off because I decided to have breakfast instead. So enjoy it from here. Now we're taking off, so I'm going to show you what those views look like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is Route 66.
Levels. Please do not crowd by the doors as the attendants need to open those up. Once again, our next station stop is Bloomington. If Bloomington is your final destination with us, please make your way down to the lower levels.
Those are two of them.